Ever wonder how a young man became one of history's greatest leaders? The story of Julius Caesar is fascinating and full of intrigue. Today, we'll explore his rise to power. Born in 100 BC, Caesar came from a modest patrician family. His ambition was unmatched, driving him toward greatness. At a young age, he entered politics amid a chaotic Roman Republic. His journey began as a military general. In 58 BC, he led campaigns in Gaul, which expanded Rome's territory. These military victories gained him popularity and wealth, but he needed more to secure his position. Next, he formed an alliance with powerful figures, Pompey and Crassus. This alliance helped him gain political influence, but rivalries soon emerged, leading to conflict. In 49 BC, Caesar famously crossed the Rubicon River, declaring war. This bold move showed his determination. He defeated Pompey and became dictator for life in 44 BC. But what made Caesar truly successful? His ability to connect with his soldiers was vital. He inspired loyalty through charisma and strategic brilliance. People adored him, ensuring a strong following. Let's put this in perspective. Imagine someone today rising from obscurity to command a nation. Their charisma and skills would rally others to their side, just like Caesar. In summary, Julius Caesar's rise was fueled by ambition, military success, and alliances. His legacy continues to shape history today. Want to learn more about influential leaders like Caesar? Subscribe for deeper dives into history's pivotal moments. As he navigated the treacherous waters of Roman politics, Caesar's vision expanded beyond mere power. He sought to reform the very structure of the Republic. His sweeping changes addressed land distribution and governance, aiming to stabilize a fragmented society. Yet each reform incited envy among the elite, intensifying the Senate's animosity towards him. As whispers of betrayal circulated through Rome, tensions mounted within the Senate, where conspirators began plotting behind closed doors. They feared Caesar's intentions, branding him a tyrant as his reforms threatened their own influence and privilege. Yet amid this brewing storm, he continued to win over the public, showcasing his military achievements and popular policies at grand public festivals. As the conspirators finalized their plans, the Ides of March approached with an ominous air, shrouded in the tension of uncertainty. On that fateful day, as Caesar made his way to the Senate, he was greeted by a mix of admiration and concealed ire, unaware of the danger that awaited him. The warning from the soothsayer, "Beware the Ides of March," echoed in the back of his mind, but his confidence propelled him forward. With each step, he carried the weight of ambition and achievement, unaware that those closest to him had turned against him. In the Senate chamber, a dagger glimmered, and with a final plea from Brutus, the facade of alliance shattered, sealing Julius Caesar's tragic fate amid the accolades of his storied life. As the dagger struck, the whispers of betrayal erupted into chaos, and the very Senate that once celebrated him became a theater of brutal treachery. Caesar, falling to the ground, grasped in disbelief at the betrayal of those he had once called friends. His blood mingled with the marble floors of the Senate, leaving an indelible stain on the legacy of Rome. With his final breath, the monumental question lingered: how could a leader so revered be cast aside by his own? Thus concluded the tale of Julius Caesar, echoing throughout history as a poignant reminder of ambition, power, and betrayal. In the end, Caesar's life serves as a compelling testament to the dual edges of leadership, where the pursuit of greatness can provoke devotion as well as betrayal, leaving an enduring impact on the course of history itself. As the sun rose on that fateful day, Julius Caesar donned his ceremonial robe, blissfully ignorant of the storm brewing around him. The streets of Rome buzzed with anticipation, with citizens either celebrating his rule or murmuring about the conspirators' whispers. In his heart, he believed his legacy was one of unity and strength. Little did he know how the very fabric of loyalty was unraveling beneath him. Caesar stepped out into the throng, greeted by shouts of admiration and frenzied cheers that echoed off the marble columns. With a wave to the crowd, he reveled in their adoration, harnessing their energy to bolster his confidence. This was a man who felt invincible amidst the tumult of Roman politics. Yet as he maneuvered through the crowd, he felt an unusual chill brush past him, an omen unnoticed, as affection cloaked the sinister intent lurking within the Senate's shadows. As he entered the Senate chamber, an unsettling silence descended, punctuated only by the hushed murmurs of those who once stood by his side. Caesar, ever the statesman, approached the raised platform with a measured air, ready to address the Senate and assert his vision for Rome. His gaze swept across the familiar faces, each masked with trepidation and hidden agendas, as he prepared to unveil his plans once more. Suddenly, a figure emerged from the ranks, the glint of steel catching his eye. But at that moment, the realization of betrayal did not yet dawn on him. Caesar drew in a deep breath, his voice resonating with authority as he commenced his address. "Fellow senators, today marks a new chapter for our republic," he proclaimed, oblivious to the tension rippling through the hall. "Together, we shall advance policies that favor the common people while fortifying our great city." The words hung in the air, a stark contrast to the dagger's imminent threat that hovered just beyond his immediate perception. Each senator shifted subtly, gauging the reactions of their peers, as the atmosphere grew thicker with a cocktail of loyalty and resentment. Among them, Brutus, once a trusted ally, wore an inscrutable expression, betraying nothing of the turmoil swirling in his heart. The moment was electric, charged with the weight of destiny and the burden of expectation. As Caesar laid out his vision, emphasizing the reforms he intended to implement, he implored the senators to embrace his plans for land redistribution and governance reforms. "These changes will not only uplift our citizenry," he urged passionately, "but will also reinforce the foundations of our republic." An uncharacteristic silence enveloped the room, each senator grappling with the implications of his words. In that tense interplay of hope and fear, loyalty and envy clashed violently beneath the surface, unaware that Brutus and the other conspirators were shifting silently into position. Their moment of reckoning was about to unfold within the hallowed walls that had witnessed the rise of Caesar himself. As Caesar's impassioned speech reached its crescendo, the senators exchanged furtive glances, the atmosphere thickening with unspoken tension. Brutus, his heart heavy with the weight of his betrayal, felt the urge to shout out and reveal the truth, yet loyalty to Rome and fear of the repercussions tethered him to silence. In that pivotal moment, the plot against Caesar culminated, and with a single glance that could have altered history, Brutus prepared for the act that would haunt him forever. As the last echoes of applause faded, Caesar's voice took on a heavier tone, layered with ambition and resolve. "Our republic stands at a crossroads, my fellow Romans," he continued, seemingly unaware of the growing tension simmering within the Senate. "It is our duty to ensure prosperity for all, to lift those who have suffered under the weight of neglect." The senators, caught in a web of fear and admiration, listened intently, though their true feelings wrestled beneath the surface. In that charged moment, the fate of a leader and a nation teetered precariously, as Brutus and his conspirators exchanged knowing glances, poised to shatter the fragile peace. The crowd outside, oblivious to the impending treachery, continued to chant Caesar's name, unwittingly fueling the fire of ambition that had led to this moment of reckoning. Tension crackled in the air, each heartbeat echoing the notion that loyalty could swiftly turn to daggers of betrayal when power was at stake. Amidst the rising tension, a low murmur swept through the ranks of senators as a glimmer of steel caught the light. In that moment, Caesar, still immersed in his vision for the Republic, remained blissfully unaware of the betrayal about to unfold. His words filled the chamber with a passionate promise of reform, yet the conspirators had already made their decision. Brutus, standing among them, felt his heart race, caught between friendship and the fateful path of dissent. The air thickened, settling upon a fragile precipice that echoed the stakes of loyalty, ambition, and the inevitable clash of ideals within these ancient walls. As the daggers descended upon him, the echoes of betrayal reverberated through history, marking a turning point not just for Rome, but for the essence of leadership itself. Caesar's tragic end serves as a lasting reminder of the fine line between adoration and animosity, profoundly shaping the narratives of power and loyalty for generations to come.